Hey guys, it's been a while. Welcome to the Overnight Coder channel. We are going to be jumping back into a series of building a directory in 2026. I know it's been a while, but I've got a lot of people still asking for directory builds. A lot of people still asking how do I do it. Things have changed, so I had a last course. I think it had over 15 videos that had a lot of people interested in something a little bit updated. So here we are. I'm going to break this down into a bunch of different sections so people can kind of pick and choose what they kind of want to look at, and then I'll end up putting them all in a playlist. I'm just going to dive right in. Keep in mind, all my videos are raw, uncut, uncensored. I'm definitely not going to clip them up and show the best parts. If I run in through an issue, you run through it too. So that's just part of coding, or part of designing. So what I'm going to start with is just a bare bones WordPress. I don't have any themes, anything yet. This is just my install off Cloudways. I don't want these extras, so I'm going to go ahead and delete those. Kind of clean up the theme, or clean it up a little bit, get a theme in here, and then kind of show you what I'm going to go for with styling and design. I've decided a health directory, so it's going to have a couple different post types. I'm going to be using WordPress, Hello Elementor, Elementor Pro, and the jet engine tools to kind of build through, and this will be custom from head to toe with the exception of styling. So I used to just style these on my own, and I still do, but I have found something on Envato, and I'm going to show you how. I'm going to use that as a template kit. So my styling, my coloring, of course I can switch colors or whatnot, but just the general look and feel of what I want it to look like. So I went over to Envato. I've actually searched for something. I found it, but then couldn't find it. So I'm going to show you what I do. I go and search Envato, the WordPress tab, and then I filter it because I only want, in my filters, I only want template kits. So Elementor template kits are just like style and design pieces of website that, yeah, if I was going to build something like this, I would use this, but of course my stuff is going to be dynamic anyway. So let's jump right into what I did choose. I chose Roxcare for this one, and again, this isn't going to control everything. This is just my initial appearance. I kind of liked what was going on here. I'm going to show you some things that I liked in here, and I went ahead and downloaded it, right? And that's kind of where I'm at right now. So just so I can show you, and I have to have an open mind while viewing these. The home page, obviously you'll have doctor cards, business cards, location cards, whatever the case may be, but like the border on my buttons, style and design, the coloring I kind of like, but I can always switch the colors as well, the placement here for something. So this is the template kit that I looked at. My main focus was, am I going to like the way the doctor cards look, or am I going to have to build this from scratch? Now this is a good starting point for a doctor card, and if I go into that doctor page, does it kind of suit my need? I like the pricing, just different things. The blog post I didn't mind at all. Something like this on my site, and again, I can customize these because we're going to be using Elementor Pro, but I do want a starting point, just to save me some ideas and peace of mind. As far as something that I did look at the doctor details page. I don't like the bottom, right? I like the top, I like the card, a featured image, a little bit about the doctor, and then all of a sudden it gets a little weird for me with this section here. So keep in mind, but I'll be doing a lot of custom things here. But again, the start of the layout, would I be happy with something like this on a doctor page? And my answer was yes. Rest of it, services, service details, categories is where my mind is. Will this be a good category looking page? It could be. I'm not going to say it is or isn't, but this is what I've chosen to kind of get started with. And I didn't need this, right? We could have started off with no template kit and just built everything, but I'm going to show you why here in a sec. So just to set up, this first video is just setting up what I've got, what I don't have. I'm going to go to appearance themes. I'll be using a child theme at some point, but this is not that video, so I'm just going to delete some of the extra themes in here. I keep a backup and I keep my main theme. As always, I'm going to add a theme, and then I'm going to pick Hello Elementor and go ahead and click install. Most of these template kits, if not all template kits, require Hello Elementor. So we're using a bare bones theme with nothing actually built in, which for me is great because I've installed it. I'm going to go ahead and click install Elementor, which is great because I just need a starting point, right? I don't need features and functionality to kind of work the way I want it to. I want it to work exactly the way I want it to. I'm going to continue as guest. I'm going to remove all of this from my URL and go back to my dashboard. So I leave the WP admin and I'm back. So that should have the theme installed. Perfect. Plugins wise, it said install Elementor, so I clicked it. I have Elementor. Now I am going to use Elementor Pro on this. I know I probably should have not, so everything was kind of free except for the template kit, which again, you are not going to need. So if you don't have the template kit, keep in mind we're just going to be building things from scratch, and some of you guys are really comfortable with doing that, or you can choose some of the templates that Elementor already has packed in. So I've just installed Elementor Pro, Elementor, and now just to get kind of where I want to be, I'm going to go back into plugins, and if you are using a template kit, this piece is for you. You're going to add a plugin, you're going to call it template kit, or you're going to search for template kit. You'll scroll down to this one, this icon here, template kit import, click install now, and activate. Once that gets activated, you're going to come over here to tools and hit template kit. Now template kit requires a few plugins just to get the look the way it is. I'm going to go ahead and upload it. So click the button, find my template kit that I downloaded. Here's the Roxcare Template Kit. It's going to have some requirements up here in the top right. I'm going to go ahead and install and look at those requirements. Those are going to be plugins of sort. I'm going to go ahead and install. And again, if you're not using a template kit, you can go ahead and skip over that. Right? You won't need that. You're just going to dive in with Elementor. You're going to create your header. Right? You're going to create the footer. And I'll be showing you bits and pieces of that anyway. I'm going to refresh the page. Alright, so my template kit is installed. Wait, almost. Alright, after that, I'm going to import the global kit styles. So that's really what I wanted, just the styling. And I should be all set. So these are the different templates it's going to come with. Keep in mind, I'm not going to use a lot of these, but I am going to use pieces. So like if it says my services, I might put services and use this type of styling. My pricing page, I'm definitely going to end up using those pricing blocks, right? So whether I keep some of this or remove some of it, I definitely want a little bit of the features there. This stuff down here I'm probably going to remove. So now that I've got it, if you've used Elementor Pro, or even if you haven't, right, if you use something else and you just need to get into your header area, right, I need to set up a header for this project. My website still looks the same. I haven't really done anything. It's got a little bit of different styling, and that's very, very minute. I'm going to go over to Elementor Editor and go into the templates. I'm going to add a new template, and some people are just using header and footer builder. You can do the same, right? Here's header. I'm going to call it header. I'm going to create the template. And you can literally use any template kit. Like any template kit that you enjoy, you're just going to have to make some modifications to it, which I already know I'm going to have to do that anyway. All right, so here it is. We can start with blocks. You can start with pages. You can start with templates, right? If you don't have Elementor Pro, or maybe you don't have the template kit, you can choose one of these headers, right? You can choose and insert. It's going to be the same. Pages, not so much. Templates. If you're logged in and your licensor is already in for Elementor Pro, you can go to the template library and pick a header that you like. I'm just going to close this whole box out. Mine is going to come from the template kit, which is this green button here. View install kit. I'm going to find the header. Is it? No way. Not sure why it's got the rest on there, but we're going to go ahead and hit insert template for the header v1, in my case with Roxcare. I'll wait for that to finish importing, and this is why I use it, right? This is set for what I want to do right now. And of course, I might need a little bit of work. This is probably going to be the mobile menu. It doesn't show the button, but a lot of the page responsiveness, button, and kind of like the layout. Now, it doesn't have a navigation in there because if I right click and edit, it says, hey, select a menu. I don't have a menu yet. So for now, I'm just going to click publish. Where do I want the site to show? Add a condition. Entire site pops up. I'm good with that. I'm going to hit save and close. All right, so I have a header. I'm going to back this down to wp-admin is going to be the last thing in the URL bar, and I'm going to hit enter. It's just quicker for me, and I'm going to go ahead and do that again. So Elementor, editor, templates. I'm going to add a new template, but this time I'm going to select footer. I'm going to type in footer in my box, or in header and footer creator because you didn't use Pro or you want to do something different. By all means, just create a footer template, right? And no matter what you're doing, like I don't care what system you're using, you build a footer template. For me, I'm going to start off with their footer template. So again, I close down the box. I hit the green button, view install kit. I'm going to scroll down, find footer, insert template. And once that's done, I'm going to click publish on that. So this is kind of like the footer layout that I won't be keeping all of it, but it's a good start. Publish. Add a condition. It already selects the entire site. I'm okay with that. My footer should be on the entire site. Perfect. Now that I got my header and footer, one more thing just before we start looking. I'm going to remove everything but wp-admin. Leave that at the end. Click enter. I am going to create a page just so I have something to look at. I'm going to delete the 3 that came packaged in. Move to trash. Trash, empty trash. I'm going to create a home page, add page, close this down. I'm going to title it home. Click publish once, click publish twice. Edit with Elementor at the top. Don't worry, we're going to go back and edit the header, edit the footer, edit the home page, but just so we can kind of see and how we can set up our area. So we've got the plugins, we've got the themes. All right, here's the page. The page brought up nothing. That's good. I don't want anything. I want to click the green button. I want to view my install kit. I want to find my home page, insert template, wait for that to finish. And then I'll allocate this to my home page, and I should have a good look. Ooh, this is going to take a minute. Oh, I don't like that. I should have a good look at what we're going to be doing. Now, keep in mind, we are going to be going over a couple things in here. I'm not sure if all the series will be here, just for free, if we're selling a template at the end, if we're selling copies of the end of the series. But the idea is going to be to break this up into pieces that people can just jump right into, right? So if we're building a lead generation form on our listing detail page, then that should work. I'm also going to let you know that just because I'm building this for a health directory, I'm going to start with business locations. I'll have offices, which is my businesses or my listings, and then I'll also have doctors. But when I'm doing the business locations or the offices, you can literally build any directory with that, right? I mean, whether you're doing cars for sale, it's just a directory. So just because we're adding businesses, don't think that you can't add, healthcare clubs or tennis courts or, airport fields or whatever the case may be that, luxury destinations, or luxury Airbnbs, whatever your niche is, you're going to be able to do the same thing. Just keep that in mind. We're almost done here. Make sure you guys like and subscribe so you guys can get the next video. I am going to be rolling these out pretty fast, so we'll just see how many we can get done. I'm all done here. I'm just going to click publish. Now I notice some things are a little bit funny looking, but that's fine. All right, I'm going to go back as soon as that's saved. Oh, is that taking forever? My server might be acting funny. See, when I go through things, you go through things. I'm not sure what's going on there. I'm just gonna open up a new tab and look at my home page. It's got the header and the footer in there. All right, I love it. Might have to try that again. I'm not sure what is going on. Yeah. Tell you what, let's try this again. Pages. This time, edit with Elementor. All right, so it looks like it's saved. I'm not really sure what's going on there. I apologize it took so long. It could have been my server. It could have been all the containers in here, but we'll find out here in a minute. So if it's not working fine, then I'll go back and pick something different, or just do one from scratch. For now, I'm gonna remove everything from wp-admin, hit enter, come back, and I want to assign that. So appearance, customize, come down to homepage settings, a static page, select my home page, and then click publish. So now what we have, when we look at our website and we hit refresh, we should have a header, footer, and a home page kind of built in so we can kind of see some stuff, right? I mean, obviously no menu. This is kind of sitting there, but whatever. We'll come back and fix that. Everything's kind of working the way I need it. And mainly because I can copy some of this stuff, right? I can copy this title and paste it somewhere else. I can copy the description here. I can copy elements, copy a doctor's card before we create a post type for it. So I feel like as I'm going down this list, I'm missing a contact form, which I could put in there. Not really worried about that right now. So I'm pretty happy with that, and this is going to be a good stopping point for the introduction to this video. So we have something, we are going to be building a directory. To give you an example, I've got a directory here that we've launched, business listings, events, there's job sections, but you're just going to be able to do a lot of different things once we get this directory built. And kind of customize it the way we want. So I hope you enjoyed this. We're coming back to the next section, which is going to kind of be building out some post types, using Jet Engine, kind of getting our business listings in there, designing the card for them, what our business offices should look like, and we'll kind of go from there. So bear with me, and I'll see you in the next video.